morning class. Today is February 7th, National Bubblegum Day. So my favorite type of gum is Extras Smooth Mint. I'm definitely a mint girl. Not a big fan of fruity gum at all. Also, I prefer sugar-free gum over bubblegum, which is wild, but bubblegum just loses taste quicker and it gives me headaches. I'm kind of like wimp when it comes to sugar. If I have too much sugar, I get a really big headache. So yeah, it's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, what are some of your favorite flavors? It's good stuff right there. Yeah, I love watermelon gum too. It's really good. Okay, so today I want to start out asking if you guys know what this means. Good. It means multiplying 10 4 times. So it would look like this, right? 10 times 10. So I want you guys to walk me through this. What would this first 10 times 10 be equal to? Good. 10 times 10 is 100. So if we multiply this by 10 again, so bring down this other 10, what's 100 times 10? Good, it's 1,000. So bringing that down, we get 1,000. Now we're going to multiply that. We still have one more 10. We've gotten rid of all 3 of these 10s. So one more 10, multiply this 1,000 by 10, and what do we get? Good, 10,000. Good. So we're just kind of adding zeros, right? So this is 10,000. So this tells me that our original number right here, 10 to the 4th, is equal to 10,000. Now, does anyone notice anything cool about the number of zeros and 10,000 and the exponent up here? Good. So the exponent is 4, and we have 4 zeros attached to this. So that's super good. So that is going to bring us to our lesson. I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to give you guys a problem, and I want you to think about what this might be. 7 times 10 to the 3rd. Now you guys all have your whiteboard, so I'm going to have you write down what you think the answer might be. So I'll give you a second to do that. Good, all right, so we got some right answers. You guys made some very good educated guesses. So I wanted to break this up like we did for the last one. So we've got 7 times 10 to the 3rd. Let's just ignore the 7 right now and look at 10 to the 3rd. So 10 to the 3rd is what, Johnny? Good, it's 10 times 10 times 10. So I want all of us to condense this, so we want to multiply it all out. So does anyone know off the top of their head what this might be based off what we just did? Good, Liz. It'll be 1,000. So 1,000. And notice we have 3 right here and 3 zeros, right? So now let's come back to our 7. So 10 to the 3rd we found out equals 1,000. So let's do 7 times 1,000. And you guys know this, right? Good. It's 7,000. So 7 times 10 to the 3rd, does anyone notice a relationship between the exponent 3 and the number of zeros? Good, you all recognize that there's an exponent that's 3, and then there's 3 zeros we tack on to the end of 7. So very good. All right, I'm going to give you guys another problem. I want you to try to do this on your own. I think you guys can get this. So we're going to do 5 times 10 to the 4th. Alright, so I'll give you all a second to work on this. Okay, you guys got this done pretty quick, so I'm assuming you didn't do the long way. You just did what'd you do, Ben? Okay, so you just added 4 zeros on the end. Very good. So that gave us 50,000. Did you guys all get that? Great job. So I want you all to know this is a little shortcut we get, but it's basically the same as what we did before. So if you forget this shortcut, I want you to just remember the actual math we do behind the shortcut. So 5 times 10 to the 4th is going to be basically 5 times 10. How many times? 4, because the 4 is the exponent. So good. All right, so that's the same thing. And then we do the math the same before. 10 times 10 is what? 100. And then 100 times 10 is 1,000. Good. And then 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. So 5, I'll rewrite it for you. 5 times 10,000 is 50,000. And that is the answer we got here. So this is the long way, this is the why this works kind of thing. But this explains, this is just a shortcut, so it's a little bit easier, helps you get your math done a little bit quicker. So I'm going to give you guys a tricky one now. I'm going to have you do it on your boards, and then we're going to go over it together. So this one is going to be 20 times 10 to the 3rd. All right, I'll give you guys a second to do that. All right, it's looking great. Okay, so I noticed quite a few of you wrote down this answer because it has 3 zeros, right? Right. So let's multiply this out, okay? So like my line is very squiggly. So let's multiply this out. Let's do it the long way, see if we get this answer. So we've got 20 times, how many tens? 3 tens, good. 10 times 10 times 10. Okay, so now what we're gonna do next is 10 times 10. And we know that's 100. And then 100 times 10, which equals 1,000. So now we're left with this problem. Is it alright with you guys if I substitute 10 times 10 times 10 with 1,000? Clean things up a little bit. So we've got 20 times 1,000. Now, I want to see a show of hands. How many of you guys think the answer to this is 2,000? Okay. And let me see a show of hands. How many think it's not 2,000? All right, good. So for those of you who thought it was 2,000, let me ask you a question. What's 2 times 1,000? 2,000. So can 20 times 1,000 be 2,000? Probably not. So let's think. What do you guys think it's going to be? Yeah? Sarah? Good, 20,000. So this should be 20,000. Now, how many zeros does this have? It has 4. Does that match with that? No, it does not. What is this madness, you ask? Well, let me show you. What's our original number we started with? 20. Good. So, we're taking 20. This number is a beautiful number right here. We're taking 20. And as the exponent suggests, we add 3 zeros onto that 20. And that's how we get 20,000. We don't include this 0 because that's already a part of 20. So you have to keep that in mind. It's kind of tricky. All right, I'm going to give you another problem like this, okay? Make sure you all got it. All right. So this one is going to be 400 times 10 to the 3rd. I'll give you a second to do this. Put up your boards when you're done. You guys get really quick at this. All right, good. So you should have gotten, well, actually, I'll walk you through this. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had 2 zeros this time instead of 1 0 like there's in the 20. So that might have thrown you off a little bit, but our step is to do this. We have 400, and then how many zeros does our exponent say to add? 3, good, good. So that's what we should have got. And remember, if you can't remember the shortcut, or you have a problem like this where you're like, I don't know how many zeros there should be at the end because there's already zeros in it, then do it the long way, the way that explains why this works, okay? So if you're ever confused, but this is just a nice shortcut. I'm gonna give you 2 more problems. I know, it's taking a long time. It's okay, you'll get to work independently in a little bit. Okay, so the next problem I'm gonna give you is 33 times 10 to the second. So this one may seem tricky because there's multiple numbers, but it's the same concept we've been doing before. So we're gonna break this up again, and I made it a smaller exponent, so we only have to take little steps. So it's 10 to the second power. Yes, good. It's 10 times 10. And then 10 times 10, what does that equal? Reese? Good. 100. So 33 times 100. This may be trickier, but does anyone know what this is going to be? Good. 3,300. So how many zeros did we add to 33? Good. 2. So it's the same exact concept as before. We take this base number right here and then add how many zeros. Add the number of zeros that the exponent is. All right, you guys got that? I'm going to give you one last problem, and then we'll move on to some independent work and some group work. All right, your last one is going to be 57 times 10 to the 4th. All right, give you guys a second to work on this. All right, I think you guys have got this down pat. All right, so as a class, can you guys tell me what the answer is? 570,000. Oh, great job, class. Great job. So there's 4 zeros. We added 4 zeros to 57. We didn't have to do the long math. But if you did do the long math, you'd get the same answer because that's how this works. All right, great job, everyone. We're going to get started on some group work. Ooh.